Sure, whatever. I literally just had a shot of rum chata and a shot of Kraken. It's like, oh dear God, I'm at the same level.
All right,
maybe a little more.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes to explain, and then I'm going to do.
Wait, hold on. We get. It's. I get 2 minutes to explain the concept of this episode.
Yes.
Okay. Well, first off, is it a dog? Is it a cat? Bear thing.
All right, start now.
Okay, so let me explain.
Welcome, guys, to the show. Go.
To you audience members, let me explain, because I just explained to them. So we're going to do lightning rounds now, because it has taken us so long.
We apologize for how long this is taking.
This is week
They're very
4.
passionate.
This is a month. We've been a month into our explanation of what we thought of Star Wars, and we're still on scene 1, where
We talked about this for 30 days straight, and I'm really kind of sick of it at this point.
We are very passionate people. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to put you through this, but we're very passionate
You're getting
people.
put through the ringer, so it's fine.
And we have a lot to say, and we go on really long tangents about external universe things instead of when we just talk about the movie. We talk about all the things
You know what, though?
besides
I
the
am
movie.
proud of you and I, okay? I do have to say this. We have stuck on Star Wars for the most part.
We've actually stayed on their point.
We talked about the dog.
Yeah, but
there's been
that's what I
things
said
that
for
have
the
come
most
up
part.
through the
It's
month.
been...
But we've tried really hard.
To be fair, when you got distracted, it's because he pissed on your shoe. So
That was the big-
Wait, we're getting distracted. Finish that.
See? See? Okay, yes, focus. Okay, so...
Lightning
What
round.
was I talking about?
Lightning round. Explain the rules for lightning round. Alright, so what's going to happen...
Oh, the lightning round! Okay, so the lightning round, because it's taken us so long and we're still only on scene number 1 where Kylo Ren has met Palpatine, we're going to speed up this process of reviewing now that we're at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And the way we're going to do that is we're going to start with everything we loved. And we're going to start with James, and he's going to say everything he loved about the movie, going, hopefully, if you can, you don't have to, but if you can, try to start from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. Every scene that you loved, everything that happened that you loved, that it was like, yes, this made it a great thing to watch. And then we're in James, Alex, and then myself to finish it off, because I have the least to say in this category. And then we're going to next episode, if
We've hit
it works well enough. Otherwise, next episode will continue to be love. And then the following episode will be hates. Will be everything you disliked about the movie.
So love, hate
Starting from
relationship.
James again. And then we will give rebuttals to other people as well as just explaining what we didn't like about it. And we'll go from there. And then hopefully we'll be able to summarize this month.
Yeah. This month is the goal.
Hopefully this month we'll be able to summarize our opinions. And if there's extra time,
Good luck. But alright. Yeah, if there's extra time.
honestly, hopefully if there's extra time, we will then go more into detail on certain things. If there's not, if we cannot finish this in a month, forget it. We're not going to talk about this again.
I agree. Alright.
Until we get to May the 4th and May the 5th.
And then we can talk about the full Star Wars saga.
Right.
Alright, so here we go. I'm gonna
James.
jump in. Alright, the things I
What
loved-
did you love about Star Wars
things I loved
Episode
about
9?
movie.
The
Rise of Skywalker.
Yes, thank you. I forgot entirely. I was going to say The
right.
Force Awakens.
The thing I actually I'm going to start off with what I said earlier. I actually genuinely enjoyed the beginning scenes. So that's fun. I enjoyed the beginning scenes because of Kylo. One, I love Kylo, great character, and I love the fact that they showed him using his fighting style a little differently than just standard saber moves. Like they finally incorporated the cross guards, which was a big thing that I've noticed a lot of people talk about. What was the point of his cross guards if he never really used them? So J.J. Abrams used that in this movie. A lot, actually. And so I was like, cool. They're finally being utilized for other purposes, like killing people and stuff like that. I was like, that's awesome. Stopping lightsabers. Beautiful. So that was the first...
Interjection. Okay. An addition to the rules is if you agree with someone on something they love, you, of course, can totally add to that, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Curveballs.
Because the point that I'm getting at is if we wait until he's entirely done and then we come to you, and then there's no reason that you should have to go over the same thing he's already gone over.
Okay.
Right? And
Fair
there's no
enough.
reason I should have to go over the same thing.
Okay,
so
that's
it's
what
like,
you're saying.
yeah, so like if you're like, oh, I love this thing,
Can
then
that
we
be the
should
same for the
also...
bad then?
Yes.
Okay, then all right.
Right?
I'm gonna
So
continue
like
point.
because the main reason I did that is because like absolutely 100% that opening scene of him fighting in the snow with the trees and the forest and there's all these amazing.
Yeah, great.
Well done.
Great utilization.
Well done.
of this
Everything
story.
you're saying, 100% behind.
All right, now my next scene, I'm gonna jump pretty far into the movie. I'm gonna jump pretty far into the movie because the next scene that I actually like had to be because I was curious about it from the commercial. Was the Ray running away from the freaking...
Oh my god, you just skipped about 30, 45 minutes to an hour in? Somewhere there.
It just started off slow.
Yeah. That was the next thing that I liked, was her being on the desert running away from Kylo's freaking...
The teaser.
Yeah. And I was like, what was the purpose of that in the trailer? And then I finally got to see it, and I was like, why'd she pull out her lightsaber? And she did it. She flips, cuts the wing. I was like, okay! Makes sense. I enjoyed that because I just had to have that question answered. And I was glad to have it answered in not a very stupid way. So that was the next scene that I like. Again, I'm going to jump forward again. I told you, I have little to like actually about the movie, but the things I did like made me happy enough to like it. So, my next scene is Emperor. We get to meet him.
I almost feel like you're talking a little too fast.
Sorry.
Because you're trying, because I know I said lightning round, but that doesn't mean that you have to be like,
I'm excited. I'm excited. They know how I talk when I'm excited.
All right. Fair enough. You're excited, but I'm just saying, like, slow it down. You're fine. There's plenty of time.
I'll slow it down.
There's plenty of time left.
So my next scene is the Emperor scene. When we actually get to see him in all his beautiful glory. Unlimited power, you know. That was the next thing that I genuinely enjoyed, was when Rey shows up, the Emperor is blind and looking weird and deformed, and he's doing his nonsense, and he's telling her to kill him, and then Kylo shows up, they fight the Knights of Ren, pointless. But he fights the Knights of Ren, she fights some random people that happen to decide to attack her for what purpose? Okay, that could be part of the bad part. Anyway, so he starts force draining them. I love that.
So wait, which part of this did you like?
The part that I like
the beginning and the end.
The part that basically. In the middle scene, I like that one scene because it was at least answered for me. But the part that I liked in that scene that I'm describing here is Lord Sidious draining them, getting himself fully brought back. Because like I love seeing that transformation, him getting healed, his eyes going from white to yellow. You're like, oh, there's those beautiful eyes I've missed. Like in that dark.
I also really liked the fact. I agree. Whenever he pulls them and holds them with the Force. Right.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Stasis or whatever you want to call it, and then starts draining life from them. I liked that a lot. The rest of it, no. But go on.
Okay, that's fine. Then that's the part that I was liking when he drained him, and then he's like, "All right, cool." Then he's like, "Why the fuck do I even need you guys?" Gets rid of Kylo right then and there, and then it's like, "Oh, you're dead. Cool." And then starts just raining. Not even raining. I don't even know how to explain that. He just does unlimited power. That's the best way to describe it. Like shooting an unholy amount of lightning into the sky and dropping ships.
The way to describe it, in my opinion, is every movie of this year and last year's shooting a giant green beam into the sky.
Yeah.
He did that, but with lightning.
We did that with lightning.
Oh, you mean for the last 2 decades?
Basically.
Has it been that long?
Yeah,
that every movie
has
had the let's shoot a giant
beam into the sky.
That we did that again.
Yeah.
Except this time it was lightning.
But it was just beautiful to see it coming from one person.
But thank you for acknowledging it. Every movie has done this, and we changed it to lightning into the sky.
I get it. It's because that is what it basically is. But the reason I like it is because it came from one man and him being like,
right, not a device. 'Cause most of the time it's been from a device.
Exactly.
But they changed it up in this movie and made it a person.
A person just be like, I'm this powerful. So
anyway, sorry to bring the bad into it. I'm not supposed to bring the bad into it. But I just wanted to explain what, if they haven't seen it yet.
Those were my scenes.
Parts of the spoilers is that
Because
it's that scene of the movie is that the giant beam shoots into the sky, but it's lightning. Sorry, go ahead.
Screw all that other nonsense, because that was the last thing that I actually enjoyed. I liked 3 scenes out of that whole movie, and it was just because the guy who plays Lord Sidious is always a fantastic must-have.
After saying all that, then I do want to interject and also say I liked that scene.
Oh, cool.
I liked when he shot lightning into the air.
Yeah, because it was just an interesting scene. Like, it was just like, yes, thank you, Palpatine, for being Palpatine.
I know that maybe the way I explained it was me saying that I didn't like it, because I also...
No,
I liked it.
There's a part of that I don't like. That's why I didn't add that into the whole scene.
Yeah, we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
All right. So you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
So
I had
three scenes that was like, these are great.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'll be honest. Overall, it's a good movie. If you were disappointed by 7 and 8, they fixed a lot of things. You'll enjoy it.
They retconned a lot.
You will thoroughly enjoy the movie. Might as well go watch it. There were a lot of scenes that were extraordinary. There was one scene after Rey fights, Kylo and his TIE fighter. They literally just fight over a transport ship that they think Chewie's in.
You know what?
And Rey reaches out and grabs the ship and stops it from taking off, and then accidentally destroys it with lightning.
I like that scene.
It's beautiful.
I like that scene.
Oh, it was pretty great actually.
Yeah, I forgot about. I didn't forget. I just didn't think that was on the top of mine. So I'll give you that. That was a good scene.
Overall, though, I mean, it's really a good movie. If you were disappointed by 7 or 8, because maybe 7 felt too much like 4, and maybe 8 felt like a little too much like 5. 9 was legitimately its own movie. It did have some hints to 6, but it did feel like its own iteration of Star Wars. There were lots of new creatures introduced, lots of new environments and worlds introduced, which to me personally, that's what Star Wars is. It's the environments, it's the world, it's the creature. Star Wars itself is not just a story, it's the environment in which place it takes place. It's everything that Star Wars encompasses. And this movie did a very good job of introducing, settings and introducing people, who cares what people, creatures, and, the little tiny guy who worked on, C-3PO, he was cool. He was also annoying, but he's cool because he's an addition to Star Wars. There was a little droid named Dio, who really was pointless, I'll be honest. But he's cute, and because of the fact that he adds just a little bit to the world of Star Wars...
Honestly, I'm not sure I followed you, because I did send text, I don't know if I followed it. Is there anything you think I would have agreed with so far?
In my opinion...
yeah, go on.
In my opinion, as far as Star Wars goes, it's the world that makes Star Wars. Okay? The stories are always great. Stories are always fantastic.
Nah, that's not you.
Okay, well, except for 7, 8, 9.
Can't rebuttal.
Oh, no, rebuttal. I'm sorry. Alice, continue.
In general, Star Wars is great. But for me, and what I love personally about Star Wars, it's the world. It's the world that exists in. It's the planets, it's the creatures, it's the vehicles, it's every single thing about Star Wars that makes Star Wars Star Wars. It's the technology, it's everything.
Sorry.
And to me, I mean, that's why I'm passionate about Star Wars. Because it's just an entire different universe. And I know you can say that about a lot of shows, but for Star Wars...
It's a galaxy far, far away.
But for Star Wars, it's actually true, And as far as 9 goes, 9 definitely adds to that. It adds a lot of new worlds. And it adds a lot to what makes Star Wars, in my opinion. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. I agreed with both of these pricks on what makes the movie good.
I'm prick A.
So...
I'm prick A!
Just enjoy the movie. If you have disagreements, that's fine.
You're prick J.
Everybody's
I'm prick
passionate.
A, you're prick J.
Oh,
But,
right.
in my opinion, as far as Star Wars goes, it's beautiful.
Okay.
And it adds to what we know as Star Wars. And for that, I love it. On to Austin and all of his wonderful craziness.
Bro,
How much time do I have?
you have plenty of time.
20. Alright.
Because I feel like you're going to spend way
Thank you,
more
James.
time.
I didn't
on
mean to
that.
spill my soul.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. That
No,
was beautiful,
absolutely.
honestly.
It was a great speech. I'm sure, honestly, I think the majority of people who watch this are going to resonate with you, and you're going to be considered the best guest we've had for a very long time.
You actually spoke. You've actually spoke.
Yeah, and well point.
And from the heart.
From the heart.
Yeah.
Welly.
Welly.
What?
Welly. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on Welly.
Alright, so what did I like about the movie?
Is yours going to be more than mine? I'm curious. I doubt it. He's going to be like, oh.
I don't want to touch on the same things that you've touched on for liking the movie.
Yeah, we already talked
right?
about it.
Because I already thumbs up and agree, so I want to try and point out things that you guys didn't point out that I liked. So...
Do you like how their first bond manifested?
Hold
physically?
on. I'm starting from the beginning of the movie to the end. I don't need that much time.
Did you say Spurs?
I really don't need 2
How their
minutes.
first bond manifested physically.
So...
Oh. That was a good scene. I forgot about that. Because that was something I actually truly enjoyed.
Yeah, so... That's more. I like the way that the characters interacted with each other a lot better.
Yes.
I like the way that Poe and Finn and
It wasn't
Rey
forced.
interacted with each other a lot better.
Yeah,
I think
but
that
like
was
on the
good.
first and second one, it definitely felt forced. Where this one, it was well done.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Billy Boyd.
God, him showing up was beautiful.
I really liked Billy Boyd, but not that his character did.
His character literally added like 2 lines.
There
the whole
was,
movie,
there was nothing he did that I liked, but I just really liked
It's
Billy
Billy
Boyd
Boyd.
being there, so that's something I liked. Going scene by scene. I like that Rose was mitigated and put to being a background character.
So a lot of
I
people
thought
didn't
that
like
was really nice.
A lot of people didn't like that, but I did like that.
I
as
liked
well.
it. I thought that was nice.
What
that,
was her
that
pu-
she still showed up. They
She
weren't
showed up,
like
but what was
you're
her
out
purpose
of the
her
movie.
character prior to that,
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they still were like, okay, we introduced you, you're gonna be in it. But it still was the same problem I had, I guess, with the first. Well, I'm not getting into
Yeah, don't get into
I'm not getting into it.
Like you run back.
So
later.
I like that she was around, but they basically Jar Jar'd her.
Yeah.
Right? We're like, that was a mistake. Beep, you're still in the movie, but put you over there. I liked the Sith planet. I liked the setting of the Sith planet.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the darkness to it.
Yeah, it was dark, all the lightning. The really weird, it threw me off a lot, but like the really weird they would land, but then the structure they went into was like
floating?
Like, yeah, floating and like in the lightning underneath it. Like, I was like, that's weird, but I like that.
I
like,
wanted to know how tall it was, because when they went underneath it, at first it looked like it was like the same height, but then it all of a sudden became not. You were like, oh, that's super high in comparison to how tall they are.
I don't know. It was huge. I liked. I'm trying to not say things that I already said that I agree with, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say other things that I liked.
Possibly another 2 minutes.
Well, I'm trying to summarize this as quick as possible. I like that planet.
Good.
I liked the Force bond. I like the fact that
Yes.
that Rey and Kylo Ren had a Force bond, which they've established.
Earlier on, but like
Throughout
the way
the
they
movies.
did this was
But, like,
so good.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to say that I liked Force teleportation. Sorry, Force teleportation. I don't necessarily want to say that I liked that, but I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I don't know. I don't want to say I liked it. But
It wasn't
I liked their
necessarily
bond.
teleportation either.
Yes,
was,
it was.
It straight up was.
It was a manifestation of reality that was
no,
physical,
because,
but also not physical.
no, because okay, Alexander,
He
if
grabbed
I'm holding
the
an item over here, and you grab it out of my hand, still
It's
sitting
just
there,
a merge of reality, though. It's not teleportation.
No, reality
It's
makes it.
teleportation.
Reality, saying merge of reality means that they are in different existences. But the fact that we're on the same reality and I'm holding this over here and you grab it from sitting there, how's that not teleportation? Merging of reality would mean literally you're in this dimension and I stick this through this thing and give it to you on another dimension. That's all I'm saying.
I like Palpatine being as evil as ever, and I like the fact that in the end of it all, he wins.
Technically. I wish you actually won, though. And
Well, he did. Yeah, he won. Palpatine won. Okay, and that's that.
I wish
45
Rey
seconds.
went evil, though.
Was that 45 seconds?
That's all you have left.
Okay,
Maybe
so 40
less than-
seconds.
less than-
All right. So I did like the fact that Palpatine won because he said, "Hey, strike me down, strike me down, strike me down." And then she was like, "No, I'm not gonna strike you down." And then there's a fight scene. Kylo Ren shows up, and they're like, "Instead of striking you down, we're gonna strike you down and kill you." And then they kill him. So Palpatine wins. So I liked that. I thought that was a really good twist. and we'll come back with our positives. But that's all that I liked, so barely
You mean our
anything.
negatives?
Yeah, we'll come back with our negative. What did I say?